Let's just turn the volume down a little bit so these noises aren't quite so harsh. I've got poker statistics here. My net profit is 2.5 million. My gain is 10.5 million and my loss is 8 million. So my money won to lost ratio is 1.33. So as you see, I'm not bad at poker. I generally win overall. I have made myself 2.5 million of poker, and I tend to play at this level where your buy-in is 200,000. So that's how I've built that up. I've not built that up by gambling 2.5 million and shoving it all in and winning it on one occasion. I've won it by going in with 200,000 time after time after time, and I've doubled through twice a couple of times, but generally speaking, I'm a relatively conservative player, I would say. Anyway, I will be on the next hand. We've got a bit of a loose cannon on the right here. I specifically chose my seat so that I would be to his left, so that when he shoves all in, I don't lose, the little raise that I made. So I've got these razors on my right here, that's where you want your razors to be, big razors to be on the right. One of the fairly basic rules of poker, that. Otherwise, you're putting in a bet, you're raising the pot, and then they come in with a huge raise, and you have to fold. And then you've lost that initial bet you made. You've lost it because they came in over you. Or either that, or you end up going into the pot with them with far more money than you wanted to. So it's a lose-lose. It's not what you want. You don't want either of those situations, really. You want, when they shove all in, you want to be able to back away without losing too much. There's only one rule in poker: win big, lose small. So king ace, this is the big slicks, one of the best hands in poker. It's my first hand of the day. Mustn't let it go to my head, though. Someone could have something better. Pair of queens is better than that, marginally. I think pair of queens is 55%. I think this is 45%. I think in that situation I'd be a slight underdog, I think. So 9,000. So do I want to play this? Would I want to play this hand 9 times? Well, it's only 4,000 because I'm in the big blind. So yeah, of course I would play it 4 times over. So that's how I work out that, whether I'm going to call a raise. Just imagine that you're basically playing this hand 4 times over. Yes, of course I would. I'd play this hand every day of the week. But now we have a potential flush. And I think the thing to do is just to do a... Oh, I meant to do a little raise there. I meant to just raise it by 4. I was going to do a feeler bet. If someone wants to represent the flush, they will do a big bet, probably the pot, about 30,000. 22,000. They've got a spade. They do have a spade. Whether they've got 2 or not, though, I don't know. I don't believe it, because I know how loose they are on the right-hand side of my table here. I want to see a heart come out here or something. I'd quite like to see another king, to be honest. King of diamonds. Okay. Let's see how you feel about a $10,000 bet. That's bad. That's bad. I'm going to have to fold. That's going to be quite a big loss. See, I let this hand go to my head, but I think we've got flushes there. Well, we've got a flush anyway. Ace ace is certainly better than king ace. The 9s should have raised a pre-flop. So that's put a dent in my stack already. I'm in the small blind, aren't I? No, I'm the dealer. I'm the dealer. Oh, I'm tempted to call if it's just 1,000. I know it's a funny hand, 6-4, but it gives you funny pairs that no one sees coming. Another 6 on that table would be lovely. If it's just a small raise, it is. I'm going to call it, because I've paired the board. There it is. Just a poker feeling. Poker feeling. I call you. And just like that, I'm now at 328,000. I expect them now to potentially they might tilt. They might tilt. So there's no point in raising. You never raise. If there's a player on your left that you've just beaten with a massive win, you never raise the pot because they'll come over the top of you for sure. Because they'll be tilting after their loss. What are we looking at here? I mean, ace-2 is not a bad hand. I'm just going to call. Oh, they're not tilting. They've managed to resist. Okay, so I've got the 2s, but an 8, any 8's going to kill me. A jack 8's going to kill me. Even a third 2 can't save me from jack 8. Oh, yes, it can actually, because then that would give me a full house. But I don't think ace-2 looks particularly good there. It's like, it's a bit of a lemon, isn't it? It looks good, but it's not. And it's not worth 6,000. It's not worth 6,000. Of my 327,000, which a moment ago was just 200. Okay, I'm going to call that because it's got straight possibilities. 5-7. It can be quite a deceptive hand. People don't see it coming. They don't see it when you've got it. Full house or straight with 5-7 can be quite sneaky. And the high cards come, just get rid of it. Just don't play the 5-7. Once the high cards come, just chuck it. I mean, we've literally got nothing. There's no straight there at all. Let's rainbow that board and it's a fold. But might as well wait a couple of seconds before folding. We don't want to make it look too obvious that when we pause, we're strong. If you always fold instantly when you're weak, then they'll know that every time you wait that you're strong, even if you're pretending not to be strong. So you should pause when you're weak. Even when it's a clear-cut decision, you should pause. I usually count to 3 before doing my fold or my put or any action really. I generally just count to 3 and do the action. I keep it the same always. Always count to 3. That way there's no difference in the timing. Timing can be quite a giveaway when you're playing online like this. Well, it's not real money, of course. If it was, I'd be laughing now. I mean, I'm 126,000 up. I'd probably be walking away from the table and buying myself a nice little house somewhere. But that's not how it is. And of course, the other thing, we've got the big slick again. The other thing with All In Texas, which is the only game I really like to play. I do like to play tournament. I started out with tournaments. I'm going to raise it up to 3. Yeah, the dangerous thing about All In Texas is that now if someone goes all in, I'm going to have to gamble 323,000 to call them, not the 200 I was calling before. The stakes get higher for me the longer I sit at this table. I can leave the table and come back, of course, but there's no available chairs at the table at the moment. There's probably a queue, so I wouldn't want to do that. If there were seats empty, then yeah, I could leave and come back with 200. That's not the flop I want to see because that's like 9-10s and things like that. You know, queen 9s, the people would have even a 6-7. People have straight possibilities there. There's loads of straight possibilities there with just a 2-card difference between those numbers. I have to just check. But again, leave 3 beats and then check. Looks like everyone's a bit scared by that. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many ways that people can make a straight there with a 2-card gap between each number, and that's quite possibly completed someone's straight. Of course, it would give me a really lovely straight if a 10 comes in next, but that's the only card, and there's 4 10s in the pack, so that's only an 8% chance, 8 or 9% chance that I could make that hand. So calling for 15,000 to win a pot of 31, I would need a 50% chance. So we fold. I'm pretty sure they've probably made a straight. I mean, they've probably got 9-10. They're certainly saying they have. There's even a flush on the board now too that sort of sneakily come in there. I'd be looking at a high kicker here. Even a pair of 4s beats me here. Yeah, pair of jacks, that would have beaten me, beat everyone. It was just a pair of jacks. I mean, there wasn't even a straight, but I was right to pull out of that hand. There weren't many ways that I was going to win it, that's for sure. And I think I'm going to just put down... No, I wanted to put down a tiny little raise. I forget which button's which on this format of poker. I just wanted to put down a little 2,000 raise. Okay, well, maybe I can slide in a bit more sly here. They won't know that I'm strong. So we'll play the hand differently. We'll play the hand with them not knowing I'm a bit strong. Yeah, I'd play 4 hands with ace-7, suited, especially suited. It does add value, the suited. We've had a lot of spades coming up on the board. Yeah, looks like we're all spaded out. Looks like they've all been used up. 27,000, that's definitely, I've got to fold against that. But again, count to 3 before you fold always. Sometimes it'll get them on edge as well. You know, it makes them think that you're really thinking about calling them. And, you know, that's what you want them to think. You don't want them to think that you're just going to be a walkover. You want them to think that you are prepared to call them with rubbish, with rags, and then suck out with a pair of 3s, you know, 3 3s or something. Yeah, they had the goods. They had the jack. They had paired up that jack. Jack 10 was a bad hand up there at the top. 7-9 is a nice hand. I'm just going to call it. It's not a great position here. Was that a all-in? It's an all-in for 30,000. If I'm the only caller, I'd be almost tempted. But if there's many callers, 7-9 is quite a funny. It's quite a weird hand. When it hits, generally the other hands that call don't hit because they've called with pictures and paint and stuff. But it's 7-9 off. I mean, it's not even suited. There's too many callers. It's time to fold. Let's see what happens. I'd be on a straight pull. I would be on a straight draw here. Looking for the 6. Again, though, it's only a 25% chance. 1 in 4. I'd have to be getting back 4 times what I put in, which there's 4 other players at the table, so I suppose I would. So it would almost be worth calling if we're looking for that 6 there. It wouldn't be worth calling now. Somebody has hit their 3 5s, or that's what they're saying, or a flush. They may have hit a flush. There could be a wheel there as well, though. 3 5s will be beaten by the wheel. What did they get? They were actually... Oh, gosh, everyone was playing rags. Really rubbish hand there. Everyone was pulling a bluff there. Best bluffer won. Glad I was nothing to do with that hand. I don't want to walk away with less than 300,000 because, you know, I walked in with 200,000. That's a 150% return. That's better than my average of 1.3, which I've just revealed on the poker statistics at the beginning. So, yeah, calling. I'm on the small blind now, am I? Yes, I must be because it's 500. Again, I don't want to pre-press the button because I don't want them to know how I bet. I don't want them to work out what the different timings of my pressing the buttons means. I've kind of got a good feeling about this one. I'm just going to put down 1,000 because that looks strong. Someone who's weak wouldn't put down 1,000. So that might just scare them not to raise me too much because I want to see some cards for cheap. 1,000 is cheap. Yeah, let's do it again. Let's make it. That looks really strong now. Hopefully scare them off trying to raise me. I'd love to see another 4. Looks like nobody's hit the straight. Nobody's got the 5-8. They're all drawing, which means they've probably all got a piece of paint there. Someone might have the ace. Someone might have the ace. I think I need to continue bet anyway, but any big raise means they've got the ace. They've hit the ace. Maybe they haven't hit the ace. I could be beaten by a different pair though. There's the split pot. Nope, they had the 4 and the 6. Yep. So yeah, nobody had the ace. I don't think I'd have got them off 2 pair with a raise. So that was fairly minimal what I lost there. Jack 4. I like the fact that they're suited, even though they're unbelievable cards. but the unbelievableness is what makes them an outside call for me. I don't recommend this play, but odd cards, when they do hit, people don't expect it. I'm now looking at a straight and a flush draw. That's actually quite good. That's actually rather nice. So any 10 or any club. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12 outs. That's more than 50%. I think it's about 60%. There it is. I've hit the straight. What I want now is for someone to do an all-in race to try and get us off it. How big's the pot? It's 48,000 anyway. I think I'm going to go all in. I'm just going to raise to 32 because I want to make money on this pot. I don't just want to scare them all off. And someone else could have a jack. Let's not forget that. They haven't hit their flush. I'm going to bet 27,000. Oh, they have to go all in because that's all they had. Okay, 500,000. King 4. It's not my. Do you know what my lucky hand is? My lucky hand is King 5. Now, before the big blind comes around again, I will get out of this table with my 500,000. Not playing King 4. I would play King 5. I wouldn't play King 4. King 5 is my lucky hand. Very rarely lose a King 5. Gosh, my eyes are actually shaking now because of the thrill of that massive win. Tempted to leave the table now before I get sucked into, you know. But you know what happens in this game, because Torn City, it's like a whole city. One of these players is probably now going to mug me and steal some of my money. That's what happens in this game. You can mug people, attack them and stuff. Because it's a whole world. Torn City is like a whole world. It's like a mini world. It's a digital world. I've got properties that I rent out, and I've got a job, and I've got a degree that I do, and studies, and all sorts of things happen in Torn City. All sorts of things. I'm just going to call. That'd be funny to win with 2-4. Flush and a straight draw. Got the 4 there. Got a flush draw still with backdoor flush draw. Backdoor quad draw on the 4s potentially. The wheel is not there anymore. The straight draw is not there anymore, but the trips are. Trips and the flush is still on my cards. I'm not calling for 6,000. I want to walk away my 500,000. I'm not the tall stack at the table by any means. I mean, I'm third actually. I know I kind of lost my appetite for this game now because I've made my big win. I feel like I want to just take it away now. Take it away with me. Maybe spend that 300,000 on something. I don't know what. Another house. I could upgrade one of my houses with it actually. Give some to the church. I'll give them 10 grand. So let's leave the table. Get quick links. Let's go to the church. Let's give them 10 grand. He's never very grateful. And I think I might upgrade some of my houses if I don't get mugged before it happens. I can upgrade it. Sufficient interior modification. Superior interior modification. Upgrade. Yes, let's upgrade that. That will increase my happiness. Maximum happiness now. That mansion's being rented. I don't know if I'm allowed to do anything to it when it's being rented. What about this beach house? Does this need some improvements? Maybe I can't upgrade it while it's up for rent. Well, it's already got the superior interior modification. Let's give it all the others. Get it to maximum happiness. Oh, we can't. I haven't got 500,000 for the large pool. We've got 100,000. We can give it that one. I'm just trying to get rid of money because otherwise what happens is the people mug me. The items market. I don't know. Well, ecstasy? Dear, oh dear. No, I don't really want to buy drugs. I especially don't want to do it on a video. But no, I don't want to do that. I do need to buy some. See, I need more CDs for my CD burning business. I work as a lawyer. I earn quite good money as a lawyer on this game, but as you will see, I'll show you. Here I'm a probate lawyer at the moment, $750 a day. I'll be getting a promotion soon to trial lawyer for $1,500 a day. How many law points have I got? 72. I can't do a class action lawsuit yet. Looks like I'm just going to have to hang on to that cash for now, I think. I will need it for certain things. Anyway, Torn City, that's how I make most of my money on the game. It's just the easiest way, just play poker. You know, since I'm not a bad poker player, as I think you agree. Let's just have a look at my stats again. Total money gain. 10.5 million. Total money loss. 8 million. Net profit. $2.6 million. So yeah, it's I enjoy it. And it's not real, so it's, you know, it is what it is.